I've spent the last week with the Sonos Play, and I think it could be one of my favourite Sonos speakers yet, but I don't think it's for everyone. So in this video, I'll walk you through how it performed in testing, how it compares to the Roam 2, Move 2 and Era 100, whether it's worth £299, and of course, who I actually think this one is right for. For years now, if you guys wanted a Sonos portable speaker, then, well, you had a choice to make. You either went for the smaller, more portable Sonos Roam, but of course you sacrificed on that room-filling power for portability, or you went the other way and picked up the Sonos Move. Now this speaker is much bigger, much bolder, and much more powerful, but of course you're then sacrificing on that portability. So naturally, those two options left a gap right here in the middle, conveniently now filled by the Sonos Play. Now, Sonos are positioning this speaker as almost like the Goldilocks speaker in their lineup, fitting that gap perfectly. But here's a key point I want to get across right away. This is so much more than just another Sonos portable, and we're going to talk about why in this review. Now, first off, let's get the name out of the way. Longtime Sonos fans will immediately recognize the Play branding from the original Play 1, Play 3, and Play 5, but those were dedicated home speakers plugged into a wall. So to bring that name back to a portable speaker is quite interesting. Roam, you can roam around the world with it. Move, you can move it about your house. And Play, well, I guess you can press play anywhere. Either way, Play is back. Now, from a design perspective, I am really impressed with the Sonos Play. I mean, it's classic Sonos, right? It looks great. We've got this nice metal grille on the front. We've got the silicone along the top and on the base. It feels really nice and premium. And in fact, we can also say the same thing about the charging base as well, which is pretty cool. Now, it does feel quite durable. Of course, we'll put that to the test a little bit later on in this review. But one thing I will say is that it is a little bit of a fingerprint and dust magnet, especially if you opt for the black version. Now, it is actually a little bit smaller than I was initially expecting from the photos. It's almost like an Era 100 chopped in half, and it is definitely closer in size to the Roam 2 than the Move 2. Now, I do think that the black version of the Sonos Play looks really clean and really slick, but I am a massive fan of the white with the matching green accent, something that we initially saw on the Sonos Ace headphones. But like with all portable tech that you're going to be picking up and moving around, I do wonder how long it's going to take before the white version starts to look a little bit grubby. On the top, you've got controls for volume, play pause, and voice control, which works really well, though they're actually a bit hard to see. Now, the speaker also comes with this hook on the back, which works well, but to be honest, the speaker is the perfect size to just grab in your hand, so I've not found myself using the hook all that often. Durability-wise, it ticks all of the boxes. Now, this one is IP67 rated, which is actually the same as the Roam 2 and beats the Move 2's IP56 rating. Now, IP67 means it is fully dustproof, and it can survive being completely submerged in water up to 1 meters deep for up to 30 minutes. But if you guys have seen just one of our reviews before, then you'll know that we can't just take the brand's word for it. So let's see how it actually stands up in our tests.
3, 2, 1. So, durability test done. The speaker has still got a light on, so hopefully it's going to work. But moment of truth, we'll just hit play on a quick track here. There you go. Hopefully you guys can hear that music coming out of it. So there you have it. I mean, if you guys are out and you get caught in a shower or you're next to a pool, a couple of splashes, you'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, let's dive under the hood then. Now, internally, the Sonos Play has a dedicated midwoofer paired with 2 angled tweeters for proper stereo separation, and these are all powered by Class H amplifiers. Different for Sonos, as Class D is used in the other speakers in the lineup. Now, we actually reached out to Sonos, who said that they chose to use Class H digital amplifiers for their ability to dynamically adjust power depending on what you're listening to. So you get more output when it's needed without wasting energy especially at lower volumes. Now, interestingly, Sonos hasn't used their new sound motion technology that was introduced with the Arc Ultra. Instead, there are dual passive radiators inside, which will be doing the heavy lifting for the low end. Now, Sonos have said that sound motion is still an important part of their long-term innovation roadmap, so we can expect to see it again later down the line. But with the Sonos Play, the internals they went for gave the best balance of power, efficiency, and durability. In terms of features, the Sonos Play is pretty packed. We've got Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, AirPlay 2, and we've got Spotify Connect, giving you lots of choice for connectivity. Now on the back, you also have this USB-C port where you can connect up to a turntable with a compatible line-in adapter. Now it's not the most common use case for a portable speaker, but it does work really well. And if you have the charging base set up next to your turntable, then it's a really handy way to bring vinyl into your Sonos ecosystem. Now the Sonos Play also has voice control, which is actually quite useful in a portable speaker. I've used it when out and about to turn the music up or skip track, but it is just Alexa, Siri, or Sonos voice control though. There is no Google Assistant on this one. Now if voice control isn't for you, then you can of course just turn it off. We'd actually recommend just using this control on the top to toggle voice control off for privacy, as it doesn't affect the mics needed for auto true play. Otherwise, there is a hard switch on the back to completely cut power to the mics, but you will lose out on that auto true play if you do that. Now, if you're not familiar with true play, this essentially measures the environment your speaker is in and optimizes its performance. You can manually run it in the Sonos app, but the Play also has auto true play, which means it will make adjustments automatically when needed. For example, when you place it somewhere new. Now, TruePlay does work really well, so we would always recommend giving it a go, and you can always toggle it on and off in the app to see just how much of a difference it actually makes. Now, for me, battery life is one of the best features of this speaker, rated at a massive 24 hours, which matches the much bigger Move 2 and over doubles the 10 hours on the Roam 2. Now, obviously, that long battery life does mean that you don't need to worry about charging it daily, and for me, I've been using this one a lot this week and I haven't needed to charge it once. Now the Play will automatically turn off after 30 minutes if it's not on charge, but there's also a battery saver option in the Sonos app. Now when you toggle this on, the Play will automatically power off after 10 minutes in sleep mode. Now the idea is that it has a standby time of around about 100 days by draining around 1% or less a day when sat in idle. Now obviously you could just leave it on the dock, but I know I'll take it off the dock and into the bathroom, leave it in there and then go back to it a day later, for example, and take it somewhere else. So we actually tested out the battery drain and left the Play just on the side as you would in your own home. And here's what we found. Okay guys, so exactly 24 hours ago, I put the Sonos Play down here. It went into idle mode and I have not touched it since. Now I'll put the screenshots up on screen somewhere so you guys can double check this. But it was at 56% battery exactly 24 hours ago. If I go into the Sonos app now, yeah, perfect. You can see it's at 55% battery. So that's pretty true with what Sonos is saying. You can expect to lose around about 1% a day when in idle mode. Also, for those of you guys who have questioned this in the comments, yes, it is designed to sit on its charging base for extended periods of time without damaging the battery. But if the time does come when you do need to replace the battery, then you can do that yourself. And Sonos actually sell a battery replacement kit. Now this speaker can also double up as a power bank. So if your phone is dying when you're out and about, then you can plug it into the USB-C port on the back. Now we put it to the test and I charged my phone for 1 hour with the Sonos Play. My phone went from 46 to 89%, so almost double, and the battery life of the Play went from 83% down to 60%, so down just over 20%. Now there is also a big new feature for Sonos users. You can now group up to 4 Play or Move 2 speakers together over Bluetooth without needing to be on your Wi-Fi network. Now Sonos have said in a forum that technically the speakers aren't connecting to each other over Bluetooth, but the audio source is Bluetooth. Now I've tested this out and all you need to do is put the speakers into Bluetooth mode, connect one of the speakers to your phone via Bluetooth, hit play on your music, and then just press and hold the play pause button on the speaker or other speakers and it syncs up instantly. You can then control the volume or hit pause on either speaker. It works really seamlessly, and when you're on Wi-Fi, you can actually open the Sonos app and see that the speakers have been grouped in Bluetooth. Now, if you're not on Wi-Fi, then you won't be able to see anything in the app, but you don't need to. If you're at home, then I'd still use Wi-Fi personally, but when you're out and about, It's a really handy feature. I also actually tested the range, and you'll be able to have the speakers a good 20 to 30 meters away and still be connected. Now, for those of you with a Move 2, this will be available via a software update, but could be a really good reason to add a Play into your setup to have two speakers that you can group together when you're in the garden, for example. Now, before we dive into the sound, if you guys are new here, we don't just review Sonos. We're also a UK retailer, so everything comes from real hands-on experience, both from our testing and feedback from our customers. Now, we've also got a fantastic Sonos community who are always helping each other out, so please feel free to get in the comments and subscribe for more reviews and tips. We've also actually got a Sonos Play best settings video on the way, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. But anyway, if you guys want more personal advice, then our team of Sonos experts are always on hand to help out. And if you do decide that the Sonos Play or another Sonos product is right for you and you want to shop with us, then we also offer a free 6-year extended warranty and a 30-day listen better promise. And you can find out more by scanning up here. All right then, let's get to the most important question. How does this one actually sound? Well, in short, it's a really, really enjoyable listen. What stands out straight away is how open and how spacious it sounds for a speaker of this size. Those dual-angled tweeters do a great job of spreading the sound, so you're not just getting audio firing in one direction. It fills the space nicely with a surprisingly wide soundstage and a good sense of stereo separation. But for me, the real highlight is the mid-range and vocals. Voices come through really clearly, really naturally. Nothing feels over-processed or forced, which gives it an easy, comfortable sound to listen to for long periods. And then up top, the treble has good detail and separation without ever sounding harsh, which just adds to that clean, open overall presentation. Now, when it comes to the low end, it's solid, especially at those mid-volume levels where most of us will be listening. There's a nice bit of weight to it, and it definitely feels fuller than you might expect from a speaker of this size. And that's where those passive radiators really do start to come into their own. They're doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, and quite honestly, they perform much better than I was expecting given the form factor. Now, if you do push it up towards max volume, then you will start to notice just a little bit of compression in the bass. It doesn't quite have the headroom to keep everything perfectly controlled at those higher levels, and the sound can thin out just a little bit. But for normal day-to-day listening, then I think it punches well above its weight. Now, if you do decide to go for two of these and run them as a stereo pair, well, that's where things step up again. You get a really strong phantom center channel, so vocals feel nicely anchored and focused. And again, that mid-range really does stand out here. Now, of course, you are looking at £299 each, so it's not a cheap setup, but for what you get, it does feel like a really solid option. Now, the only thing that I would say is it could still do with a bit more weight in the low end, especially as a pair, and it's a shame that you can't add something like a Sonos Sub Mini to these. But again, considering the size and the form factor, the bass performance is definitely not a slouch. Now, we've also been doing quite a lot of comparisons with the rest of the Sonos lineup, and versus the Roam 2, well, we can keep this pretty brief. The Play is a massive step up in performance from the Roam at £179. The Sonos Roam is a great grab and go speaker, but if you feel like it misses something for you, then you will get a notable step up in sound quality across the board with the Play, as well as that longer battery life. Comparing it to the Move 2, well, there is a bit more here to say. The Move 2 at £449 definitely levels up in bass. It's a much larger and more powerful speaker, and in testing, the main difference is the ability to really crank the Move 2 up to max volume and retain that deep bass. For larger spaces or big parties, then the Move 2 is still the best choice, but considering the difference in price and size, the Play does actually punch way above its weight and pushes fairly close to the Move 2. And I don't know what it is about those vocals, but they really do impress, even compared to the Move. Now, for an averaged size house and garden, then the Play is absolutely perfect. Plus, it is fantastic to take away with you, which you can't really do as easily with the Move 2. They're pretty comparable on spec, but the Play is a bit more durable with that IP67 rating. So overall, if you want big power and bass, then stick with the Move 2. But if you want extra portability and an impressive sound performance for £150 less, then the Play could be a very tempting option. Now, of course, you could actually opt to go for 2 Sonos Plays in a stereo pair for just under £600, giving you a bigger output than a single Move 2 and the flexibility of 2 separate speakers. The interesting one for me, though, is the Sonos Play versus the Era 100 at £199, or even the Era 100S out at £169. Now, the Era 100 is physically bigger, and its bass does just edge out the Plays, especially at higher volumes where the low end stays more intact. But I found the Play to be the clearer and more enjoyable speaker to listen to at the mid-volume levels. Now, let's not forget that the Era 100 is an award-winning speaker, and we get great feedback from those who own one, but overall, the Play just felt a little bit more open and more detailed in our testing. When speaking to Sonos, they shared that the internal makeup of the Sonos Play builds on the same 2-tweeter, 1-woofer design, originally introduced in the Era 100 and later then used in the Move 2, but it has been refined over time. They've continued to optimize things like the transducer performance, the enclosure acoustics, and the DSP tuning, and they say that this is now the most mature version of that platform so far, which does explain our findings in testing. The Sonos Play is just £100 more than the Era 100, but offers all of that extra flexibility. Instead of needing to buy an Era 100 for the living room and a Roam for the bathroom or garden, the Play can just go everywhere. It blends in as a wireless speaker day to day, living on its dock, and then just moves around with you. So I think it's definitely going to come down to your listening preferences and of course your use cases as to which one of these two you decide to go for. So the verdict. Sonos has designed this as the perfect middle ground in its portable speaker lineup, and it is exactly that. But for me, it goes beyond just being a portable speaker, because what you've effectively got here is the solid room-filling performance of something like the Sonos Era 100, combined with the battery life of the Move 2 and the flexibility and the portability of the Roam 2. And for most people with average sized homes and gardens, then this is pretty much the sweet spot between power and portability. And that £299 is working a lot harder for you. I also think if you're new to Sonos, or if you've got a couple of speakers, then this is a really strong addition to your system. However, like I said at the start of this video, I don't think that this speaker is right for everyone. If you're mainly using a speaker at home in one space and you want the best value sound, then the Era 100S out at £169 could be a much more sensible option, especially if you're not bothered about voice control. If you want maximum power and something that will fill a bigger space, maybe a larger garden or open plan living space, then the Move 2 is still the better choice. And if portability is your top priority, something you can chuck in a bag and take anywhere, then the Roam 2 might be a better fit. For me, I have a Roam at home and I use that around the house and on the go. And when I first saw the details of the Play, I didn't really think that I needed that as well. But after testing it, I do genuinely want to add the Play into my ecosystem for sure. The Sonos Play really does fit somewhere right in the middle of all of that. And for some of you guys watching, this could be exactly what you've been waiting for. The real all-rounder. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Have you already got a Sonos Portable? And where do you think the Sonos Play might fit into your setup? If you are thinking of picking up a Sonos Play, then don't forget you can shop with us. And if you're local, why not pop into our Cheltenham store to experience one for yourself in our Sonos Lounge. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I will see all of you in the next one.